running. We're starting off a brand new conference with a bang, with 4 teams making their debut. What will today have in store for us? We'll find out. Only here in the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
Hit the ground, make them crystal clear. Go so now, I got no fear. Heartbeat racing louder than a gun. It's soon got none already won. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. In mood that we, I'm all you see. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Duty unlock.
Opening week of the PVL continues, and this time we are live to you in Dasmariñas. Isa Jimenez and the Galeries Tower Highrisers raring to go up against Isa, Maizo Puntillas, and the Petro Gazz Angels. This is the PVL Reinforced Conference, and for today's matchup, we will start off with the Galeries Tower Highrisers against the Petro Gazz Angels at 4 p.m., followed by the Farm Fresh Foxies and the Next Led Chameleons at 6:30 for Pool A action here in the Reinforced Conference. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be through the Pilipinas Live app or One Sports. My name is Miguel de Guzman, joined by Anne Remulla-Canda and Vixie Burgos as our courtside correspondent. Good afternoon, Anne. Vixie, it's an exciting game day for everyone here in the PVL. The reinforcements are ready. The coaching staff are both ready since we will be both parading new coaches for the teams today. But Anne, since we have a full season ahead, full conference ahead, please take us through the tournament format that we will be having here in the Reinforced Conference.
Well, for our tournament format, it will actually carry over what we have done in the last year's edition. And for the first preliminary round, this is where we will see our 12 teams split into 2 pools, and they will be playing a single round robin. After which, they go into the second preliminary round. It gets more exciting, of course. Top 3 teams from one pool go up against the bottom 3 teams of the other pool, and then eventually we'll get the top 8 teams. These are the teams that will make it into the quarterfinals. Now, for these teams that will be ranked number 1 to 8, that will enter the quarterfinals, semifinals, battle for bronze, and the finals. All of these games that they will be playing later on will just be in a single game elimination. So all of the games at the latter part would be very, very important for them.
It will be really important to wrap up the wins early on in this tournament. Vixie, I know you already talked to some of our teams playing here today, so what do you have in store for us?
Yeah, so actually, Miguel and Anne, I want to talk about the Galeries Tower Risers. And you know what? I spoke to Julia Coronel earlier, and as a setter, she told me that coming from her Alas Pilipinas stint, one thing that she wants to talk about is maturity with her teammates, and she really wants to get them to communicate more and really instill in them the value of leadership, because again, this is a very young team, Miguel and Anne, so they really want to improve more as they come into this conference. I asked Julia what are her expectations coming into this Reinforced Conference, and she told me that she really doesn't want to expect much from her team because they want to focus on every game, one game at a time. So what do you think of this roster, Miguel and Anne?
Like what you said, Vixie, it's a very young roster, and talking about the girl on your screen right now, Julia Coronel, she was the 3rd overall pick of last year's PVL draft, but this year she'll be joined by this year's 2nd overall pick, Jean Assis. And what can you say about both of these players?
You know, I think it's always nice, and we look forward to these seasons where it's going to be a mix of the young and older or seasoned players, and I think the youth movement in full effect is something that a lot of us are looking forward to. I mean, even Jean Assis, 2nd overall pick, she's really showed her prowess in that last season. She was 19th in scoring, 55 points. She was number 5 in blocks, number 5 in serves as well.
The PVL on tour was really a good first look at both of our rookies playing here today, Vixie, but over onto the other side of the net. We
Yeah,
have a
so-
lot of veterans, right?
Yes, so a while ago I was actually in their dugout, Miguel and Anne, and I was asking them how they're looking at this season. I spoke to Brooke Van Sickle and she told me that this season, if anything, is really a full circle moment for her. You know, she's actually getting to play under the system of her parents, Coach Gary and Lisa, who are newly installed into this team. And she told me that more than pressure, she really just wants to show her parents how her team is so strong and how she really wants to make them proud. And she told me it's also a full circle moment as she gets to play with their guest player who was her high school teammate. Of course, that's gonna be Lindsay van der Weide. And she told me that they've already played in the same system before, so it's nothing new for them. But what can we expect from the Petro Gazz guys?
And what can you expect from this very mature team?
You know, we expect nothing less. I mean, the combination of players that they have right now, and in addition to that, you know, the new coaching staff, something that we're all looking forward to seeing. As we look at some of the numbers, of course, we haven't seen much of Brooke because she had to sit out the previous tournament, mainly because of her Alas Pilipinas duties, but really a lot of big numbers to her name. She was the MVP, she was the number 3 spiker, number 3 scorer, number 1 server. In fact, in the All-Filipino Conference, she had ranked in the top 10 in 4 out of the 6 skills.
That's great numbers for our Alas Pilipinas player, and I'm sure she's extra motivated to play here today.
But guys, you know, the PVL is back and so is our Filipinas live question. So right below your streams, you can answer the question, which team will open their campaign strong? So of course, please answer the poll. And if you want to converse with us online, don't forget to use the hashtag PVL2025.
We can't wait to hear from you guys later, but before anything else, we'll be back for more. When we return, we have a feature on the foreign reinforcement of the Petro Gazz Angels. Lindsay van der Weide, you're watching the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. Check 1, 2, 3.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, mic check.
1, 2, 3.
Narinig ko na.
Good afternoon.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Dasmariñas City.
Okay na, meron tinibaw.
Hit the ground, make it crystal clear. Go so now, I got no fear. Heartbeat racing louder than a gun. 이 순간 난 already won. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. In mood that we, I'm all you see. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. 두지 않아.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Vanderweide. I'm from the US and I'm back with Petro Gazz. Puso for me is heart. What it means for me to play with heart is just going all out, and it's really playing for your teammates. I think that shows a player with heart when you can see them working for their teammates and winning for their teammates. I think I bring a fiery energy to Petro Gazz. I kind of do that for every team, and I think it really feeds off of my teammates and the fans. It's a good energy for the Philippines for sure. The difference from the last 2 years is I think I kind of know the ropes. I kind of know how it goes, so I'm excited to try and do it again and get the two-peat championship. I think showing the heart is just playing with passion. You guys will definitely see it. It's how hard we go and how much grind we put in. We're going to try and put on a show every single time we touch the court. It's all about heart.
And day 2 of the reinforced conference of the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. We have 2 matches lined up for you for today in this double round preliminaries. Match number 3 features our Galeries Tower Highrisers and our Petro Gazz Angels. Officiating this match, we have first referee, Mr. Joffer Educado, national referee. Second referee, Miss Justine Navidad, national referee. From our Galeries Tower Highrisers. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 18, Julia Cyril Coronel. At number 3, Isabel Jamie Jimenez. Wearing jersey number 7, our guest player from Montenegro, Yelena Sibijovic. Number 11, Dodi Risa Joy Batindaan. Number 19, Jean Assis. And number 23, Mary Dominic Pacres. Starting libero is number 6, Juliet Katindig. Head coach, Mr. Godfrey Okumu. Presenting our Petro Gazz Angels. Wearing jersey number 2, Janelle Welch Cheng. At number 10, Brooke McKenna Van Sickle. Number 11, guest player from Terlock, USA, Lindsay May Van der Weyden. Number 13, Marjana Phillips. Number 16, Rania Musa. And number 20, Jonna Sabete. Starting libero is number 7, Jelly Tempiatura. And head coach for the Petro Gazz Angels, Mr. Gary Lee Van Sickle. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Match number 3.
Here's a recap of the starters for Galeries Tower Highrisers. They have Pacres, Jimenez, Sivijovic, Coronel, their team captain, Batindaan, Asis, and Katindig as their starting libero. Meanwhile, for Petro Gazz, they will be reinforced by that girl on your screen, Lindsay Van der Weyden, Jonas Abete, Brooke Van Sickle, Cheng, Musa, Phillips, and Tempiatura will complete the starting lineup for the Angels in our first matchup today. Good afternoon, everyone. Miguel de Guzman together with Ann Remulia Canda and Dixie Burgos calling the shots. It's the debut game of both of these teams here in the PVL Reinforced Conference. Juju Coronel starting things off with the first serve of the match, targeting Tempiatura. Brooke had to adjust straight to the antenna, and first point goes to Galeries.
A rough start here for Petro Gazz, but you see a lot of leadership and composure still coming off that error. Coronel all smiles, Miguel. I mean, we haven't seen much from her, again, because of her national team duties. A lot of people looking forward to seeing her play today.
And just like that, the service error from Juju ties the game up at 1. You mentioned we're very excited to see how these players, not just the last players returning, but also the reinforcements, and that will be seeing action for the first time here today. Although they are familiar names for us Filipino fans.
Of course, to those who have been watching for quite some time, these names would ring a bell.
2-1 is the score right now. Galeries with the lead. Lindsay Van der Weyden, of course, played with the Petro Gazz Angels before. Meanwhile, Sivijovic was with the Cherry Tigo crossovers during that time. Sivijovic with the serve, targeting Van der Weyden. Cheng goes to Lindsay. And that is a point for Van der Weyden.
Lindsay easily getting that point.
MJ, good reception there by Katindig. Underhand back set to Pacres. That's straight to the net.
Some early errors to start off this first set. Again, I think for the Highrisers, we have to remember that they're coming off not so good conference. They weren't able to win any game in the on tour, so we know that this conference means a lot to them. They gustong bumawi niya, no? They want to really start off strong. They have reinforcements, and some of their teammates are back.
And a new coach too, with Coach Okumu recently being named as the head tactician for Galeries, as Batindaan scores an ace for Galeries. A good start here for Batindaan. Back-to-back points now for her. Quick attack at first, and then now the service ace. Brooke, Cheng, Van der Weyden unloads. And a net touch is called on Dim Dim and Ginasis, rather. It will be, parang warm up to nung both teams eh. It's a start na to nung first set natin. But as the game will go on, we'll definitely see how they're gonna fare, and
It feels a bit slow. We've seen some lapses on the first touch when it comes to their reception. This could be the mark of things getting hot.
Juju activating her middles early here in the match. Asis and Batindaan already on the scoring board for Galleries. Cheng, however, has been going to her wings. Sabete with the push. Cheng to Vanderweide this time. Good read from Katindig. Jimenez down the line is good and through the block of the Petro Gazz Angels.
Oh, that was a tough down the line angle she chose, but sabi nga nila, no, high risk, high reward. They get that point.
Bakres with the serve. Cheng goes to Vanderweide again. Seviovic with a good dig. Juju to Isa. To the net. Petro Gazz claiming it was not over. Ball is still in play. Dim Dim with a roll. Free ball. Sent over and a point for Petro Gazz. Lucky break there for the Angels.
A quick thinking as well to send that right there at the sideline.
Lindsay with the serve. Seviovic had to adjust from the pipe. Cheng to Brook off the hands of the blockers. 1-2 play, no good. And a roll from Vanderweide is read well by Galleries. Long rally here. Sabete ends it on the attack, targeting Seviovic.
Cheng making everyone in front really do their work. Good distribution so far.
Oh, and an ace this time from Vanderweide. Petro Gazz now in the lead, 7-6. That is back-to-back aces for Lindsay Vanderweide. That brings us to our first technical timeout. Petro Gazz is in the lead, 8-6 against Galleries.
Welcome back, and this is the first game of the PVL Reinforced Conference. And you know what? Let's talk about the Petro Gazz Angels. Earlier, I talked to Brooke Vanderweide, and she told me that other than her PVL debut, this is also a homecoming to her team because she's returning to the Angels as a former champion. She told me that she was so happy to be able to return to the Philippines, but while she's familiar with the PVL, she knows that the league has also grown over the years. So of course, she's preparing to bring all the energy, all the physicality, and the strength on the court, along with her teammates, whom she says she's so grateful that embraced her back again. Back to you, Miguel and Ann.
Thank you for that report, Vixie. It's definitely exciting indeed to see familiar names here in the PVL as Cheng activates Musa. And gets the point for Petro Gazz in that sequence. Take a look at this replay.
You know, it was a slow start. We did mention that, but I like how Cheng is really making use of everyone.
Yep.
Just really ensuring that they're not as predictable, not as easy to read for both the blockers and the defense.
Coronel, that's a second miscue from the pipe. Sabete, check, tap the net. take a look at this Tibay defensive play of the set, brought to you by Elastisteel. Selyado ang bubong, anumang panahon. First kill block, if I'm not mistaken, of our game so far, coming from Sevijovic. Straight to the net.
Oh. I was gonna say, that must feel good, no? Yung adrenaline after that solid block, but then, you know, you follow that through with a service error.
OMG Phillips already in front for Petro Gazz. It will be interesting to see her in action here. And Sabete with the serve. Juju to Sevijovic. Not this time. She goes and scores for Galeries. Challenging Cheng in that sequence, and we'll see a lot of that. No, and spikers challenging the setters of the other team as Regalo was converted by Batundaan off of that free ball.
You know,
by Petro Gazz.
Miguel, that seems to be the problem of Petro Gazz here in set number 1. The reception coming from the strong serves of the Highrisers. A better one this time.
Cheng 1-2 play. You know, and every time Cheng goes for a 1-2 play, nakakatuwa kasi nonchalant. I think that's the perfect explanation, but it works.
It does. And usually, because talagang walang expression.
Yeah.
She makes it, she's so calm. She makes it look so simple.
Cheng this time. Goes to Van der Weide. Checked at the net by Pacres. Second try for Lindsay. And this time that roll goes through.
Tighter defense, something that the Highrisers need at the moment. Look at this off-speed, more controlled attack actually. It's not one of the strongest.
Brook with a serve. Katindig. Underhand set to Sevijovic. Sails outside. Our first timeout will be called here by Coach Okumu as he gathers the troops. Let's listen into their timeout.
The setter, the balls are here. Our setter will throw. So let's be ready here, spikers. Yeah, we don't play any other position, right? And then blocking as well. We are doing well, guys. In blocking, we are doing well. Let's just touch the balls. Yeah, but we pass first, and then we execute.
So if it's more ball, if it's
Even if it's here, yes. And then don't swing hard. Maybe around this area. Guys, when you throw it here where there's nobody. Are we fine? Are we okay?
Let go!
Tactical timeout there for Coach Okumu, talking about the passing of his team.
Hopefully he gets a good response. 3 consecutive points earned by Petro Gazz. Already, they need to be able to break that.
And Pacra is able to score off the hands of the blockers of Petro Gazz. Dimdim already with 2 points here in the first set so far. Yelena. Was that the service line for Galeries? Better reception there for Petro Gazz, and MJ is activated right away by Cheng.
MJ not minding the 2 blockers in front of her.
And a good serve. Isa, cross court, outside. It seems like the Galeries Tower players were quick to call for a challenge. Talking about Katindig, who immediately looked at the bench.
Well, it would be worth the challenge. They do need the points. They've struggled. I mean, they've struggled to get consecutive points. They inject 1, But then Petro Gazz would get 2 to 3 points in.
We've seen better passing also from Petro Gazz here in the second stages of the match, of the first set. And yeah, good call there by their libero.
She had a very good view.
So that the first challenge called by Coach Okumu is a successful one. The score is now 12 to 14. And lead is down to 2 here. The people can close in. But in Daan already with 3 points. That sails outside. Last minute. Iwas.
Oh, it was a good read. It was already above the waist, definitely.
And double substitution here. Chisayat coming in the game with Myla Pablo for Sabete and Cheng.
Our seasoned players. Very familiar names.
Chi serving. Good reception from Katindig. Leads to that assist. Quick attack. Brook with a good defensive play. Vander Wide unloads. And that spike by Lindsay Vander Wide, which you'll see on your screen right now, brings us to our second technical timeout. Petro Gazz with a 4-point lead, 16 to 12. Four-point lead here by the Petro Gazz Angels. Once again, we are live in Dasmariñas, Cavite, where everyone is enjoying the first set of matches of the PVL Reinforced Conference. Musa converting on that overpass by Galeries.
And that's a huge danger. I mean, look at those players at the net right now for Petro Gazz. Talking about height. They have it. Another service error right here.
Dim up the serve for Galeries. Good reception from Tempiatura. Vander Wide. Asis will set this one up to Jimenez. Sayat will run the play, goes to Musa. Ball is still alive. Jimenez will push it off the hands of Pablo and scores. Jimenez, quick thinking there in using the hands of Myla. Brook, Saed, back set. Myla this time gets the point back for Petro Gazz.
You know, I love the sequence of events right here. Look at the set from Sayat. Jimenez scored off Pablo earlier, and Sayat immediately finding that opportunity to set up for Pablo. Makabawi, no?
Tama. Jimenez off the hands of Pablo. Very efficient start here for Isa Jimenez. 3 points already for Isa.
This is the kind of consistency they would need.
Tempiatura puts the ball up. Vander Wide to Brook. They've done that in high school according to them. And Jimenez from the back row, scores for Galleries.
Coronel thinking she has the hot hand right now. So even if she is in the back row, why not? Look at that.
And this time it will be the turn of Coach Lisa and Gary Van Sickle to call for time. Let's listen in.
Still not attacking line yet, so forgive that. Just stay high, you can go right over that high seam, can go right over them, okay? You go. Line out, right here.
Hey, Petro Gazz!
Myla and Chisayat in front of the net right now. They've done a good job holding the fort in this double substitution called by the Van Sickle coach. Isa serving. Side setting up Musa. That's a good attack there from Musa.
That adjustment, but her also targeting that hole in the middle.
Musa outside. Too much power in that serve. Ginasis, the second pick of this year's PVL draft. Now serving for Galleries. They've been targeting Van der Weide at the service line. Pablo's attack does not cross the net. Galleries cuts the lead down to 1. Let's see if they can tie it up in this sequence. One hand set to MJ. To Piatura, to Brooke. Check outside, and point goes to Petro Gazz. And Brooke attacking the hands of Juju Coronel. They've seen each other a lot during practice during the national team period. So
You know, just the usual.
yeah. I'm sure they're familiar with the game of each other, and it's nice to see them against each other here on the court right now. So Bete with the serve. Coronel.
Too low.
Cheng goes to MJ. Quick attack. No go. The Katitig was there. But this will be a free ball for Petro. Cheng goes to Brooke. Good read by Isa. Saviovic with the push. Cheng.
Ooh.
That will not cross for Petro Gazz.
I think Phillips, she wasn't aware that it will still be given to her. A miscue there.
Coronel now serving for Galleries. Brooke, unstoppable. Brooke's been unstoppable, and
You see the approach, the wind up, really going for power.
2 points now for BVS. Both off the hands of the Galleries blockers rather.
Oh,
Long serve there. Juju has Dim Isa in front together with Batindaan. Let's see if they can capitalize on this rotation.
again, the reception being a challenge. But they're saying, okay, it doesn't matter. We don't receive. We'll find a way to get it through.
Cheng able to set up Van der Weide in that sequence.
And I think it's good that they're still able to create a point out of it. But they also are missing out on the opportunities to create more plays in the middle, lower sets, because the reception has been a problem so far for Petro Gazz.
Which is also why we've seen a lot of attacks from the wings, and maybe that's a reason.
That has been the go-to. I think, again, if they get good passing, we've seen Musa earlier activated in the middle, but it will not come as often if the first ball doesn't go, the first hit rather, doesn't go directly to Cheng.
Galleries has been challenging the reception of Lindsay van der Weide as Cheng 2 for 2.
How can you even guess? No reactions. Look at that. She looks like she's going to set it up.
And it's also the hand positioning of Cheng. It's consistent whether she's going to set it in the back set or she's going to go for the drop as we saw there.
That's why it's so hard to read. It's so hard to... It's very deceiving.
Juju back set to Dim Dim. Check. And just like that, it's been a close match so far. There will be a challenge called by Coach Kumu because Petro Gazz, prior to this challenge, is already at set point.
Nothing to lose, you know, here in this challenge. They get it. They extend set number 1. They don't, then, you know, they gear up for set number 2.
Netball challenge. Nakakadikit itong Galleries. But it's really hard for them to crack that Petro Gazz lead as you see here. Ooh. There's no net fault. That puts Petro Gazz at the set point. But before anything else, Coach Akumu will be using his final timeout here in set number 1. We will be listening to his huddle.
Okay, yeah, so you have to be ready. Don't think about anything else. You need that pass. You swing high down the line.
Okay.
She will go, yeah. So just hit the ball in the hand. Okay. So slow down the pass. But if you can, just push it fast. Okay, yeah. But we need that pass. Okay. We are doing great. We are doing well.
Okay.
We are doing
Let's
well.
go!
You're doing great, guys. Let's go.
One last push here as you see the Farm Fresh Foxies already doing their scouting. They will be going up against the next Red Chameleon for our 6:30 game later this afternoon.
No room for mistakes for the Highrisers.
Cheng serving set point. Juju goes to Isa. Off dance of the blockers. The back set to Sabete. Down the line. It's good for Petro Gazz. And Jonah Sabete with her second point of the set gives Petro Gazz set number 1, 25-21 as we look at this point brought to us by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Petro Gazz take this one with a 4-point lead. We'll be back with more volleyball action here in the PVL Reinforced Conference. ...21 against Galleries in the first set played here in the PVL Reinforced Conference.
you know, we did see how they started off for both of the teams, parang they were trying to get a feel of each other on the court, a few errors here and there. Petro Gazz initially had some trouble as well with their reception. Eventually, they got the hang of it. I think one of the things that worked for Petro Gazz was that they were so relentless when it came to offense. Galeries, on the other hand, Miguel, I think they did show some bright spots in that earlier set, but just ultimately they needed to do more in terms of offense to really match up with Petro Gazz. They only scored 12 attacks in that last set, 16 for Petro Gazz. The rest of the different skill departments, masasabi nating halos pantay lang eh. So
That's
it's
right.
really on the offense. We saw very good performance from Jimenez earlier, and they really maximized her. But we also need to see the rest also contribute when it comes to offense.
That's right. And you mentioned earlier that Isa Jimenez is someone who's been consistently contributing for Galleries. She's their leading scorer despite having a reinforcement with already 6 points in set number 1. Leading scorer of the match, Lindsay van der Weide, 7 points. Import numbers here for our local Isa Jimenez.
Oh, yeah. So that is a very good start.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that the Highrisers need to work on currently, their attack efficiency is only at 36%, while Petro Gazz is currently at 47%. So really things to improve here in set number 2.
Now, we said that van der Weide has been the leading scorer for Petro Gazz, but she's held her ground in the reception category. She's been the target of this Galeries Tower service. But, her passing is fairly decent, leading to some plays run by Janelle Cheng here in the match. We'll see if she can keep this up here in set number 2.
As good as we see the Highrisers enter the court again, they still seem to be in very high spirits, which is good. I think they saw what they can do, the damage that they can do. It's just all about consistency going into set number 2.
Tsaka towards the end of the first set, and naglalaro lang sa 2-1, 2-1, yung lead eh. It's really in the 21st point onwards where Petro Gazz pulled away against Galleries. And we mentioned they're a youth-laden team, man.
This is where we see that Coronel, of course, a lot of eyes on her, how she will orchestrate the plays. I think more especially now that we're talking about how they can improve more on their attacks. So let's see.
First attack try is an error for Sivijevic here in set number 2.
Sivijevic, I think, still, getting a feel even as we start set number 2.
Musa with a good serve, targeting Jimenez. Coronel, underhand set. This will be a free ball for Petro. Rania to Sabete. And that is good for Petro Gazz.
I love how Sabete found that space. Just right by the arm of the blocker.
Underhand back set there from Coronel. D-ball to Pacres, but she's rejected by MJ Phillips.
I think at this point, one of the things that Petro Gazz is doing right is that they really are able to read the attacks on the other side. And for Coronel, I think that's the task. No? The task is how to make things less predictable.
Sivijevic down the line. Cheng, there will be a net touch. Now that's a point for Galleries. You're talking about her setting also. She's playing under a new system here with Coach Okumu, who's been with the team for a few months. So it's very interesting to see how she adjusts to his style as Sabete. That cross court is something we see often from Jonah. If for anything else, Anne, sorry for cutting you off, but Vixie Burgos has a report for us.
On to the other side of the court. Earlier, I was listening into the huddle of the Galeries Tower Highrisers, and what they were really telling each other was to put in their best effort when it comes to strategizing on the court. You know, one thing Gene Asses pointed out to me earlier was that in the PVL, hindi lang siya energy, pero kailangan talaga mautak ka. And that's where the communication aspect Julia talked to me about comes in. And as they attempt to redeem this next set, they'll be needing more of that. What did you think of the Highrisers strategy? Kanina, Ann and Miguel.
Well, that's a good question, Vixie. Now, you see a lot of adjustments, I would say, from the Galeries Tower, but they've held their own against Petro Gazz so far.
And again, communication, something that they do need.
Katindig has been steady for Galeries, and
Definitely holding the fort on the floor.
good read there, but that take sails outside for Isa Menes. And Petro Gazz has been targeting her from the service line, their attacks, trying to limit her production here in set number 2. Brook with the serve. Katindig, good pass. Coronel to Batindaan for that point.
These lower sets, I think, are things that they need to go to more. They've been going to the wing spikers. And pag ganun, mas madaling pumuesto yung blockers, you know, because the sets are higher.
Oh, this will be a free ball here for Coronel and the Galeries Tower Highrisers. She chooses Pacres. Ball is still up. That was a good block there from Van der Weyde as MJ Phillips ends the rally right away before I can even finish my sentence.
That's height and reach.
I'm sure Petro Gazz will have a better showing here in the reinforced conference as they already have MJ back, Brooke back, and now with the help of Lindsay Van der Weyde.
Oh, that one is a violation. Net violation there. She was too near.
Dim Dim now serving for Galeries. Short serve. Ooh! With the help of the net, that sails outside. Good intention.
That was a tough one, huh? But you know, you hear Cheng, hindi, wala out.
That's something we see often now. Yung mga short serves and float serves. As Cheng did there. Jelly calls for it. Jonah challenging the blockers. Ball is up. Brooke chases. Free ball if this crosses over. Outside. Isa at the service line for Galeries.
You know, apart from the players, I'm also watching both coaches. 'Cause
Yeah.
both are new, no? They're both right there at the sideline. Keen to see the style of coaching.
No. We've seen Isa Jimenez do damage in set number 1. Now she's at the service line, cutting the lead down to 1.
Well, she did also serve well earlier.
Cheng to Sabete. Check. Brooke has done a good job in covering for Petro Gazz. Low set there. Van der Weyde makes something out of this one. Juju. Pipe. Isa. Net.
I think that was too low also. A set.
That attack error sends us to the first technical timeout with Petro Gazz up. Just like in the first set, Petro Gazz with the lead after the first technical timeout here in set number 2. Oh, Bang Pineda in the match for Petro Gazz. Vander Weide getting ready to serve. Juju will have to chase after this. Saviovic, checked by Sabete. Second try, off the hands of Sabete, and good this time. And is it just me, or is the contact point of Saviovic a little bit low?
It seems a bit low. I think that's why there's always a touch and a check on the side of the blockers.
See here, assist goes to Saviovic. Oh, good read there by Bang. Back in action again here in the PVL. Assist with a dig. Saviovic will try again. Cheng!
Oh.
Ball is still up. What a save by Cheng. Juju. Third try. Push.
Oh. Good decision not to hit hard.
Take a look at this replay. Swings hard the first time. Great pancake save. Third time. Good push. Asis needs to be more active here in set number 2. She's at the service line. 1-2 play. This time, no good for Cheng. Sabete will send this over.
Miscommunication.
Those errors will hurt Galleries.
It will. I mean, you know, there's a big chance for you to just keep the ball alive. But again, we go back to communication. I think those are things that sometimes, siguro kasi the game happens so fast that you neglect communicating with your teammate.
Tiamzon in the match for the first time. Bacres. And that is outside.
Back-to-back opponent errors.
Oh, there will be a challenge.
Oh. They've had a successful one earlier and one unsuccessful challenge. If this is an unsuccessful challenge, then, you know, back-to-back points earned by Petro Gazz coming off the errors of the Highrisers.
You see here Coach Okumu making the most out of this challenge, giving instructions to his team as we take a look at the result. Close. That's the second challenge. That's
Sobrang lapit.
Konting ano na lang,
Like
successful na
yung net kanina, di ba? Parang depends on which angle siguro you look at it. Lapit eh, sobrang lapit.
As they say, volleyball is a game of inches. Juju, quick attack. Cheng, back set to Sabete. Check by Saviovic.
And now you see Sabete getting challenged.
Take a look at this block. This Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastosil. Selyado ang bubong, ano bang panahon? A double sub here for Coach Okumu. Some confusion, and Nas is subbing in for Coronel, and Palek also this time for Dimdim. Nas seeing action for the first time. The double substitution worked for Petro Gazz earlier. Let's see if it will be the same result for Galleries. Sabete cross. But in daan, sets up Saviovic. She thought that was good already. Back set Nas. Long rally here, Saviovic. Net. Free ball, Petro. MJ, Cheng. Broke.
blockers were also late for Brooke.
Sabete with the serve. Targeting Sevijovic. Emnas, one hand. Net will be called on Yelena. Petro slowly pulling away here. Coach Okumu will be forced to call for a timeout as they extend the lead to 3. What do you think he has to say to his squad that's listening to this timeout?
They're still pushing us around this area. Okay? Please, let's bring the pass. Okay? Second, again, down the line. It works for us. It's working when you hit the ball down the line. So, friend, push the ball. We move a little bit faster with her.
You want even now to go? Even now, when she's here?
Okay, if the pass is good, then go in. Okay. But if it's too high, then you just have to go. Yeah, no. Okay? Yeah. Right?
Okay.
But slow down, bring in the pass.
Go, dandan tayo, side out. Go, side out. Urgency pa, urgency tayo ha. Galaw tayo ng maayos, kaya natin to. Okay?
Yeah. But if you want to go, you have to push the ball quickly. If it's too high, then everything's slow.
I like how the Galeries Tower timeouts are being held and lahat sila active. Lahat nag-uusap, nagtatanong.
Now, we're eager to see how that would reflect and translate as they go back.
But that's gonna hurt. Every time you come from a timeout and your opponent scores on you. We'll see.
The challenge also is that they haven't had, they've only managed to get 2 points at most back-to-back. We're talking about the Highrisers. It has been a challenge to get consecutive points.
As you see here, Emnas activating Batindaan. And that's what we want to see more from this Galeries team. Activating the middles.
Some combination plays, get more quicker plays in.
Especially looking at Petro Gazz. They're a very tall team.
And you want to remove that element of predictability because it makes it easier for the blockers of Petro Gazz. And, wow. Brooke just always does things so fast.
Yeah.
The timing of the blockers as well on the side of the Highrisers.
Brooke now serving. Emnas over reception. This will be a point for Petro Gazz. A legal block there called on Emnas. Brooke already with 5. Can she add up? Nope. That goes straight to the net. Batindaan. 6 points now on 5 attacks and an ace. Cheng to MJ. Cross court. Great dig by Emnas. Palek.
Oh, almost! Gotta give credit to these ladies for their effort.
12-15 is the score right now. That's something also that we see a lot from Jonas Abete, yung hustle niya.
Oh yeah, she really chases.
Batindaan will be serving here for Galeries. Vander Weyde, who's been quiet so far, overcooks this one. Batindaan has been very productive here for Galeries Tower. Cheng to MJ. Quick attack from MJ Phillips. That attack by MJ Phillips sends us to our second technical timeout. Petro Gazz still up 16-13. Van der Weide up 1-0 against Ivkovic. MJ Phillips at the service line. Petro Gazz has looked flawless so far here in the reinforced conference.
Also showing very good chemistry among the players. Now, that service ace looks very familiar. I mean, we've seen that similar point earlier. The ball landing in between the two players.
Ronquillo now put in the match for Isa Jimenez, I believe. Katindig chases after this one. Emnas free ball. Cheng will run a play again. Van der Weide cross court. Good dig from Katindig. Ronquillo. MJ was there. Free ball this time for the Galleries. Emnas chooses to unload. Assist!
Well, just imagine if you can activate assist consistently. And this is what we're seeing. Things have been quite predictable at the wing for the Highrisers. They need to be able to utilize plays in the middle.
Cheng, who has done a great job activating her middles. 75% success on attack for Cheng.
You know, she is such an offensive setter. 3 points already in this game.
There will be a double substitution for both sides. Juju and Dim Pacres back in the match for Galleries. Chisayat and Myla Pablo. Second tour of duty here in set number 2. I think this conference is going to be very fun. We have healthy players coming back, reinforcements coming in, Alas players rejoining their clubs. And so far, it's been an exciting one here in Dasmariñas City. Saet goes to Musa. Ronquillo will do the push. Bang to Myla. Cross court. Ball still alive. Love rally here.
What a dig.
Van der Weide finds a way to score for Petro Gazz.
But also that dive and that dig from Bang. Look at that.
And I said my point. Kasi nakita ko si Bang nasa court, si Myla nasa court. And it's nice to see them again here for Petro Gazz as Ivkovic from the back row finally getting one for Galleries.
A much needed stop. Much needed point for the Highrisers.
The 5 attacks have been challenging for Galleries. It's only their second conversion. Ronquillo with a sharp serve. Myla to Van der Weide. Check. Ooh. And block.
That is a very big help. If you can stop the attackers of Petro Gazz already right there at the net.
What I also want to see is more back row attacks from Petro Gazz. But
yeah.
they haven't needed it. They haven't needed it.
So far, everyone's given a chance to attack. The The distribution has been good.
4-point lead, which we can consider comfortable with the way Petro Gazz is playing. Brook challenging Coronel. 5 points up is Petro Gazz right now. Coach Akumu will be burning his second timeout. Let's see what adjustments they'll be making. Let's listen to their huddle.
Around this area. These guys are pulling up to here and we're still serving to them. Anything here works. Number 2, okay? We talked about blocking. We are jumping up too early. Like that goal assist. When you are coming down, that's when the ball came in. So we have to hold on. Wait. On the hit, you jump and press in. Yeah, don't jump with the spiker. You have to wait a little bit, yeah? Patience. Patience, yeah. All right? And then lastly, we still need the pass. The pass is not working. Okay, let's go.
Coach Okumu put it perfectly as patience.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier said than done. When you are in a position you don't want to be in, you're playing catch up. Minsan yung patience din talaga, no? Because there's that eagerness. You know, you have that urge and konting giggle to score a point. I think that was a good timeout.
Yeah.
Conversion right there.
And you've been talking about ball distribution earlier. Just to give our viewers an idea, no player has scored in double digits yet.
Oh, you know, that is a very good sign. I mean, we are still on our second set.
Yeah.
But if most of the players have their names on the scoreboard, and there are a lot of them, ibig sabihin, ano, it's not favoring just one. Then you have a very good balance in your rotation.
Not naming names, no, Anne. For Petro Gazz, it's 8, 6, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, wow.
Dikit-dikit.
Oh.
Galleries, 8, 6, 6, and 4. So you see, the ball distribution has been there for both of these setters. It just really boils down to execution and unforced errors like that one by Sivijovic.
It is indeed unfortunate because they need more points. I think the first task for the Highrisers is to first at least match muna, no? Match Petro Gazz. These little things, they add up.
Musa serves Sivijovic. Check.
This is where we go back to the point that we have mentioned earlier. A lot of the sets really going to the outside hitter or the opposite spiker. And you see how it becomes so easy for the blockers on the side of Petro Gazz. Nakaposition sila agad.
Yeah. Another block there from Pablo and Phillips. That puts them up at set point. Take a look at this replay. And
single-handedly handled by Pablo.
Musa with the serve. Set point now. They have 6. Talking about Petro Gazz. Make that 5. After that point by Ronquillo. Coach Gary Van Sickle looks calm right now. Happy with the performance of Petro Gazz. Juju serving. 19-24. Saet. Underhand set to MJ. Finds a way.
Phillips happy with that one. Ginawa ng paraan, but again, sabi nga nila, you cannot choose.
Yes.
Whatever set is given to you, you try to just convert.
A point is a point is a point, and this point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Petro Gazz takes set number 2. They're now up 2-0. We'll be back with more PVL action. You're watching the Reinforced Conference. Petro Gazz takes the second set as well. They now lead 2-0, 25-21, 25-19 over the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
It was quite an interesting set. I think, I think we expected the Highrisers to make some adjustments, but unfortunately, some similar faults, some similar mistakes. Also, transitioned and carried over to set number 2. They did have some bright spots as well. But one of the things that we did point out in set number 1 was they needed to improve their offense. Later, we'll see some of those numbers. But I think that remains to be a challenge, no, for them. While Petro Gazz, on the other hand, really make sure that everyone is active. Though in set number 2, both teams scoring lower compared to set number 1 in terms of attacks. But in terms of percentage or attack efficiency, the Highrisers only has 24%, while Petro Gazz actually has 32%. What made a big difference in terms of intensity also for Petro Gazz was their blocking. I mean, we have 4 points here. Hindi pa kasama dito yung mga naibalik lang nila on the other side, no? That wasn't scored as a point. But for the Highrisers, I think one of the key things also, they would need to reduce here in set number 3 yung errors nila. They did give away 8 points. And that's not going to help if your offense is just at 11.
All smiles for both of these girls, MJ Phillips and Brooke Van Sickle.
Why not? They've been playing very well.
You mentioned, Anne, the blocking of Petro Gazz was superb in set number 2. MJ Phillips, 3 out of the 4 blocks.
Konti lang naman, Miguel. But also, in that last set, Myla Pablo scored back-to-back block points. So I think at the net, they really are showing dominance. Something that the Highrisers need to be able to address. They have to find a way to penetrate the blocking of Petro Gazz. Of course, easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the height advantage also for the ladies in red.
And they look very calm. Talking about Petro Gazz, they're dancing on the sides, and, smiling on the bench. And for good measure, they're up 2-0 against Gallery.
Again, for the Highrisers, it is a young squad. This is a squad that aims to bounce back after the on-tour. They didn't win any games there. Chemistry is something that they're also looking to build, as we go along. They have the materials right here.
And you see the willingness of the players to learn, adjust, based on the timeouts and what we've heard in their huddles. Everyone very invested. Talking about Galleries, who are done with the first serve here in set number 3. Pacres with the push. Regalo. Nope, not yet. Van Sickle to Van der Weide. Kovijevic. This is a long rally to start set number 3. Brooke outsmarts the defense. We have Sabete now serving for Petro Gazz. 5 points for Jonah over reception. Jelly. And MJ is activated again.
Sheng having a wonderful time. Deciding kung kanino niya ibibigay yung ball. I mean, she has a lot of options. And you did mention earlier, yung back row is something that we have yet to see more, but definitely utilizing the front row attackers.
I've been impressed with Batindaan here for Galleries, and
so she has very good efficiency. Whenever she gets the set, it gets converted into a point. I think the only opportunity they're missing is that pag hindi eksakto yung bola sa setter, hindi nila mabigay ng play sa kanya sa gitna.
Impiatura will set up Van Sickle. Block!
Oh, that must feel good. Iba yung iba yung feeling that getting a block point gives you.
si Brooke pa yung pumalo.
Oo, di ba? What a better way to get a block point.
One of our MVPs here in the PVL. 3 straight points for Galeries Tower. Vixie Burgos has a report for us.
Petro Gazz Angels adjusting to Coach Gary's system came pretty smoothly because as what he told me, he came in to strengthen the team and not shake things up. You know, earlier I was talking to team veteran Myla Pablo and she told me one thing about this team is that everyone really knows their roles and what exactly they need to do. It just comes down to their execution and composure on the court. So to answer to Coach Gary's challenge of getting their first win of the conference, they'll have to ensure that this team continues to play in sync. Ann and Miguel, what do you think of Coach Gary's system working on them so far?
No, perfect lead into that question. Anne and I were just talking about Coach Gary and, you know, MJ, Brooke, Lindsay prior to the start of set number 3.
I think they have all been adjusting well. They are quite familiar with the system. And you know, we were saying, Petro Gazz, it's a team at the core, they've been intact. So the chemistry is already there. So I think the adjustments have been smooth.
Speaking of adjustments, this Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastocene. Selyado ang bubong, anumang panahon. Misreception. Ronquillo will send this over. Cheng, back set. Nope, with MJ rather. 10 points now for MJ Phillips. You know, Anne, we're talking about the reinforcements coming in. Let's not forget, MJ was also an export of the PVL to Korea. Naging import din to para sa Korean Volleyball League.
It's, you know, it's always nice to get that experience playing with a different team. It teaches you, hindi lang skill yan pati yung, because we always say, if you're playing with the team, chemistry should be there. So somehow, you know, that is a very good experience.
Oh, good save there from Sabete. Vander Weyde will push this to the other side. Ronquillo challenging MJ. Lindsay with a push. Coronel activating Batindaan.
You know, we were just talking about those quick sets in the middle. Thank you for proving us right. You know, the efficiency really, whenever she gets a set, she gets to convert. Usually kasi na-jinx
Yeah. MJ, same play, different result. Sivievich was there. Ronquillo checked at the net. Lindsay, check. Ooh. That is a kill block. To the delight of Assis. Pacres shutting the door on Lindsay Vander Weyde.
Look at that, Pacres. A much better start here in set number 3 for the Highrisers.
Batindaan with a good serve. This will be, mishandled by Coronel. Just like that, game is tied at 6 now. It's a good start for Galleries. Let's see if they can keep up their good showing so far. MJ with a good serve. Coronel sets it up to Ronquillo. More fluid action from Galleries here in set number 3 as you take a look at the replay of that previous spike by Ronquillo.
And, you know, this is what we were talking about earlier. The blocking of Petro Gazz, talagang napigilan yung opensa ng Highrisers. But now, I think they really are finding ways to be able to penetrate the blockers. Showing no fear when they go for the attack.
Van Sickle from the pipe.
Oh, we were looking for that earlier. I think they are trying to find ways, more creative ways of getting points. It has been a rather slow start here in set number 3 for Petro Gazz.
Better reception from Sivievich. Joust at the net is won by Musa. Oh, Vander Wyder rather. Check that. And that brings us to the first technical timeout. Petro Gazz crawling back. They now lead 8-7. Coach Lodi giving us a thumbs up. Let's see if he can keep this happiness in their game against the next Red Chameleons later this afternoon. Like Ivon, hi there. We're excited to see you in action. They'll be going up against each other at 6:30, so tune into that one for the second game of our reinforced conference. Van Sickle, free ball to the other side. Juju goes to Asis, checked at the net. Ronquillo will try again. Outside.
He had a good idea. Just very little space right there.
Petro Gazz now up 9-7.
I think, you know, there should be some urgency on the side of the Highrisers because they were leading earlier. So they cannot let Petro Gazz, and as I say that, they score another point.
Vander Wyde has been a presence at the net also here in set number 3. Converting a lot of over passes. Coach Okumu will be forced to call the timeout. Petro Gazz slowly finding their groove here in set number 3. Let's listen to their time.
They're forcing you with the balls because they know you're in front. So what I need you to do is just relax. Just bring that position. And then you go. Because they're pushing far behind. If they push out, you get another alternative. We use this for spiking. You just commit to that pass. Yeah. And then blocking again, we are still jumping too early with them. Like that ball as well. So let's be patient. Okay, patient to the ball. No, this is the pass. Yeah.
Petro Gazz up 3 here in set number 3. Can Galeries get one set? Or will Petro end it in straight as Cheng sends that outside? Galeries with 4 attack points already. Petro Gazz with 6 here in set number 3.
Well, let's see also if the patience that's being asked will be there.
Free ball. Juju. Assist. You know, this is what I like about Assist also, and ang sipag pumasok.
Very important yan. And sometimes, these are as audience, no, as those who are watching, those are the things that we neglect.
Yeah.
Minsan, pasok, hindi mo napapansin masyado, but that can be a decoy for the blocker on the other side. If you're given a set, you're able to convert. For Asis, she really makes the most out of the sets.
Dating back to her collegiate days until now in the PVL, it's been translating as you look at this replay from that Vander Wyde attack. Vander Wyde, a PVL champion. Also here in the reinforced conference. Tempiatura to Brook. Trying to outsmart the blockers. Cheng, second try. Cross court. Ball is still up. Free ball, Petro. Temperatura to Brooke for the third time. Cross-court kill is good.
Never give up. Brooke getting that point.
Try until you succeed. Petro Gazz has been efficient with their plays. Sivijovic, check. Temperatura will go to Van Sickle again.
What a dig.
Nasa pangalan niya eh, katindig.
Oo. Gotta make sure. But she has been doing very well.
That's right. Cheng goes to Van Sickle again. Heating up already, 10 points now for Brooke. Van der Weide serving for Petro Gazz. Slowly building up their lead here, extending it to 4. Juju, pipe, Ronquillo. Good dig by Cheng. Brooke has been their go-to on offense. Talking about Petro Gazz. Again, good read by Galeries. Assist ends the rally for Galeries on that quick attack.
This is a good adjustment on the side of the Highrisers, giving more sets in the middle.
And better setting from Juju also. Better distribution, better activation of the middles. Cheng, 1-2.
I think she has a target, no? Every set. Gotta get a point. Kidding aside, really just very difficult to read that second touch from Cheng.
Chamzon serving. Ronquillo from the pipe. Chamzon sets up Sabete. She's been quiet so far. Cheng, Sabete again. All wingers for Petro Gazz here in set number 3.
Just a single blocker right there for Sabete.
Juju to Sivijovic. Chamzon with a good dig. Van Sickle. That Brooke Van Sickle attack sends us to the second technical timeout. Petro Gazz extending their lead. They are now up by 6. It's been all Van Sickle here in set number 3 as Cheng has been feeding PVS. Chamzon outside and that service.
Chance here for the Highrisers.
Nas will be coming in the match for Juju. This time not as a double substitution, but a direct substitution.
Prior to coming in, there seems to be very specific instructions to Nas on the play.
Good serve. Sabete off the hands of the Galeries blockers. You know, if you're Cheng, it must be a joy to have Sabete, Van Sickle on your wings, MJ coming in.
All the material there.
And we haven't even discussed about Van der Weide for Petro Gazz, as Tolentino will be seeing action for the first time here in this match, coming in with Myla Pablo. Also a first-round draftee. Talking about Jules Tolentino, a native of Batangas City. And of course, the De La Salle system, as Pacres finds a way to score. And that off-speed hit.
He's playing smart.
Yelena serving. Van der Weide, Tolentino, underhand set to Brook. Katindig, Toronkilio, checked at the net. Emnas, back set to Dim Dim, down the line. Good read by Jelly. Pablo had to adjust. This will be a free ball, Galleries. Emnas chooses. But in Daan, who's read well.
Oh!
Long rally here.
Good.
Brook off the hands of the blockers.
I love how they're all smiling. I mean, the saves were not traditional.
Take a look at that one. That was one.
You take it anyway.
It's a lead.
It is. Pati sila eh, no? Parang nung natapos.
Lahat nakahawak ng bola. We have Brook now at the service line. 6-point lead still. Make that 7 after that service ace from Brook Van Sickle. Lisa Van Sickle on the bench. A family affair here for Petro Gazz. Oh, there's a timeout that's going to be called here by Coach Okumu. We will listen in to see what he has to say to the squad.
Our number one problem is passing. As I told you, they said before this we had the same problem of passing. They want to serve you. They're serving the same place. They have not changed. They're serving the ball here. This area is killing us. So we have to commit. If you're here, you pass that ball. Number two, we seal. This side we open. This side we seal. This defense is good. And then jumping for block, we become patient. Be patient, don't be in a hurry to jump.
Hey, laban pa!
Okay? We fight.
And from our notes, dating back to the first set, it's been the same. Pass, focus, and blocking for Galleries.
And the call for patience also still remains.
Easier said than done, you mentioned it earlier, but it's a new team, it's a young team. They'll have time to adjust.
Right. They would have a chance now to go on the attack.
Tolentino to Van der Weide, who pushes it. Katindig sets it up to Pacres. Check. Brook. I'm sure this is a different experience for her, having her family here now as part of their coaching staff. But Paleg is subbed in the match for Pacres. Emnas. Ronquillo is checked by MJ. Emnas with a delay in the set there, no good. Tolentino to Pablo.
Look at that celebration. going well here on the side of Petro Gazz.
Good serve from Brooke. But in daan is checked at the net. Van der Weyde scored.
What an angle!
Did that land in front of the attack line? Let's take a look at the replay, and
That was so sharp. That.
Galeries trying to find a better mix of players here. Pelaga is inserted in the match. Brooke and Petro Gazz 2 points away now from taking their first win of Petro Gazz here in the Reinforced Conference. Tranquilio extends the match. 13-23 now. Lead is at double digits, but there's still time. They have to play flawless volleyball.
And, you know, whatever the turnout of this match would be, I think for Coach Okumo, it's the quality of game that he sees. So how they respond to, you know, what Petro Gazz is giving them.
Free ball. Will this put Petro at match point? Phillips runs, attacks, and scores for Petro Gazz. That puts them at match point. That short run by MJ has been a weapon for Petro Gazz, regardless who their setter is. MJ, Petro at match point. Emnas goes to Batinda, to Asis rather, for that quick attack.
You know, that has been an effective play for the Highrisers. And Asis, again, showing the prowess we were talking about during the pre-game.
Is this gonna be the match? Van der Weyde. Palix says not yet. Another chance for Petro to finish this. Back set to Pablo. And that attack puts Petro Gazz on the win column as they take set number 3, 25-14. A win for the debut of Coach Gary Van Sickle. As we take a look at this point of the set, brought to us by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Petro Gazz Angels win the first match of the Reinforced Conference in straight sets fashion and in a complete team effort at that.
We did see the shuffling that happened also in the match. And no matter who it is, no, that they put in, you see that the chemistry is there. It's something that is effective still. They look very happy with this win today.
Everyone contributing as we take a look at the score. It's 25-21, 25-19, 25-14 in favor of Petro Gazz in a match that lasted an hour and 19 minutes here in the PVL Reinforced Conference. This Babad Player of the Game is brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your family only with Devant. Cheng doing everything, high efficiency in her attacks, distributing the ball well. Now, Vixie Burgos is with our Player of the Game.
Ann and Miguel, I'm here with our player of the game, Janelle Cheng. Now, Janelle, congratulations on this win. I just wanted to ask you, what was your focus coming into your first game of the conference?
Syempre, ang focus is a win muna. Tapos, kung ano yung mangyayari sa game na yun yung aaralin namin for the next games.
Okay, now, Janelle, I want to ask also, so I know it's your first game under Coach Gary's system. So, what can we expect from the Petro Gazz Angels moving forward in this conference?
Parang wala pa ata silang 1 week sa amin. Pero so far sa training, okay naman sila and mabilis silang kausap.
Okay, congratulations, Janelle. Madaming nag-aabang sa inyo ngayon. So ano ang mga message mo sa mga sumusuporta sa inyo?
Thank you sa Petro Gazz fans and sa Villavicencio family. Tapos thank you rin po sa families namin.
Thank you and congratulations on that win, Janelle. Now, Anne and Miguel, things are only about to get excited here in the 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference. But for now, back to you.
Thank you, Vixie, and congratulations to Cheng and the rest of the Petro Gazz Angels. Grabe, 1 week pa lang, and it's already this good already for Petro Gazz.
You can just expect so much more as they go deeper into this conference. I mean, parang wala masyadong adjustment, ano. And yung sabi nga ni Janelle, nakikinig naman daw sila. I think that's good. It works both ways.
It's also a good sign for Coach Gary and Coach Lisa that their team is filled with veterans who already are very professional with the way that they conduct their business, as seen by with their previous championships here in the PVL. As you look at our match highlights,
You know, I think for all of the teams, starting off this conference, the goal is to start off strong. And for Petro Gazz, they did just that in today's game. Kanina, we're also talking about the Highrisers, right? I mean, I'd say it's a tough assignment to go up against Petro Gazz. They did have some bright spots, but I think for that younger squad, there's a lot more room to learn. And for that chemistry to really be built, no? And for that system to be fully established, para lahat sila makikita natin very systematic and smooth din yung kanilang movement. But for today, I think, the numbers would really be proof of how Petro Gazz has dominated this game in terms of offense, be it blocking and their aces. But on the other hand, for the Highrisers, I think it's also good to look at the numbers to see the things that they can improve on moving forward.
that's right. And they've out-attacked Galeries in this match, which just goes to show also how fluid they've been here, even in the first game only of the PVL Reinforced Conference. Up next, we have more volleyball action. It will be the Farm Fresh Foxies going up against the Next Led Chameleons. This is Miguel de Guzman, and for Andrew Mulia, Vixie Burgos, and the rest of the crew, you're watching the PVL Reinforced Conference, the heart of volleyball.
Hindi, ito, sabi ni Ma'am Alex, sa ilalim doon, parang nalalaglag daw. Ano nalalaglag? Ano na? Kailangan daw komportable ang wakal. Nalalaglag ba? Dapat daw komportable yung ano.
Hindi nga, yan kay Mickey. Ako, kami ni Mickey, ganyan.
Yung hawak niya pag ganito dapat ang hawak sa loob. Ano ba yan Ayan Ayan sabi niya. Dapat comfortable siya gamitin ng panel. Hindi, masikip naman yung isa. Ilalagyan kasi ng phone sa ilalim yan. Oo.
Bakit niya matigal? Iba masikip, iba maluwag.